Good evening. My name is Britton Scoville, and I have had the honor of serving as Olathe South High School Student Council President for the 2024-2025 school year.
And I, Addison Posh, as the Student Council Vice President, would like to welcome each of you to our commencement exercise this evening.
We also want to thank you for choosing to spend today with us. Your presence here represents what we have experienced throughout our lives. Your love, support, and guidance is steadfast. And although we may not always have expressed our appreciation as well as we could or should have, we thank you.
It is because of all of you that we have the honor of walking across the stage today and beginning the next phase of our lives.
Your love and advice has taught us how to be remarkable individuals, and in many ways, we are a reflection of you all. All of your influences have added up to create us, a new generation of dreamers and world changers.
We would also like to extend our thanks to our teachers and administrators for fostering our intellectual and emotional growth. We are forever grateful to you for helping us reach our goals. We would also like to thank our peers, the class of 2025, for pushing one another to do better.
Through thick and thin, we have been there to comfort and confide in one another. It is through this compassion and generosity that we have created bonds which will last a lifetime.
And so, these bonds are the reason that we are all gathered here today. We are all a part of something much bigger than ourselves. We are all one Olathe South family.
Last but not least, on behalf of the 2025 senior class, Addison and I have one small request. Each graduate has gone through a great deal of work to hear their name called when they are to receive their diploma. It would be greatly appreciated if each of you, as our guests and our audience at today's event, would refrain from the kinds of things that would prevent the graduate and their respective family members from hearing their name called. We would now like to cue pomp and circumstance to let our graduates know that it is time for Commencement 2025 to begin.
Good evening and welcome to Commencement 2025. My name is Dr. Sean Dimery, and I have the distinct honor of serving as principal at Olathe South High School. At this time, I would like to recognize and welcome the distinguished staff of Olathe South onto the field. You may be seated. I would like to join our two student leaders, Britton and Addison, in thanking each of you for being here to honor the students of the class of 2025. I would also like to take a moment to celebrate Britton and Addison for starting off our evening. You both did a great job and are true symbols of what it means to be a Falcon. Can we please give them both a round of applause? We will now ask all present to participate in a moment of silence, a moment to reflect and honor those who we have lost along the journey of these graduates, family, friends, and classmates that we have lost in service to challenges with mental health, tragedies, or battles to physical health. While not here in person, we know that their impact on our graduates has left a lasting impression on their lives. Please join together now in a moment of silence. Thank you. In a moment, we will join together for the singing of our national anthem. Before we do so, I would like to pause and recognize those in our audience who have served our country and to our class of 2025 graduates who plan to serve. Veterans, active members, and future members of the armed services, I invite you to now stand and be recognized for your service to our country. Thank you. You may be seated. This evening, we have a group of Olathe South Eagle Scouts who will be posting the colors. Please welcome Daniel Hitchcock to the stage, who will call the posting.
Attention. Color guard, advance. Color guard, prepare to post colors. Color guard, post colors.
8 of our senior choir members will lead us in the national anthem. I'd like to welcome Elena Angelo, Nevaeh Arrington, Noah Hastings, Lucas McNider, Aiden Nixon, Addison Posh, Allison Silva, and Cole Witt to the stage. Please rise, remove your hats if possible, and join together for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Please be seated. On behalf of the faculty and staff at Olathe South, I'd like to again thank you for being here to honor the graduates of the class of 2025. We have much to celebrate this evening. To begin our evening, I would like to recognize our senior committee, who have provided leadership and helped with the planning of senior events and decisions this year. Senior committee, can you please stand and be recognized? Our senior committee has the best senior class advisor in all of Olathe, Miss Jen Lenz. Miss Lenz has put in countless hours to find unique ways to celebrate and support our seniors. In addition to our senior class committee, can we please give a round of applause for Miss Lenz? Seniors, you can have a seat. I am a firm believer that there are no better teachers in Olathe, in Kansas, or in this nation than the teachers at Olathe South High School. The teachers of our community go above and beyond to support the academic, social, and emotional development of our students. Their work is centered on one question: what is best for our students, and how do we help them achieve their dreams? Will you please join together in thanks to this truly amazing staff? I also want to extend a heartfelt thank you to all of the Olathe School District staff who made today possible. It takes many hands to complete the setup for this special day. A special thanks goes to our very own Miss Angela Klusman, who keeps this whole operation today running so smoothly. I know I could not be here without her. Will you please join together in thanks to all the staff of Olathe South and Olathe Public Schools. I'd also like to thank our district dignitaries who are here to participate in our ceremony. We know quite well the energy they bring to their respective roles. We thank them for their tireless effort and commitment to provide the very best for the young people of our city and community. Joining the members of the Olathe South administrative team on the stage are board members, Mr. Robert Kuhn and Mrs. Claire Reagan, Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Tim Reeves, Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Clint Albers, and the proud parent and superintendent of our school district, Dr. Brent Yeager. Please join me in thanking our district leadership for their guidance and support of our graduates. Finally, I would like to thank our parents and families. For the past 13 years, you have committed to the education of your students. Sitting through elementary school field days, art shows, attending 13 years of parent-teacher conferences, and for those of you that went to all 13, thank you. And staying committed to your child's education, even when you had to learn that new way that we do math. We as educators can never truly thank you enough for your support, and the students sitting here today would not be the great young adults they are without their families. Graduates, this time, I invite you to turn, face your families, and thank them for seeing you through this journey. Seniors, tonight I want to let you in on a little principal's secret about graduation. You see, all over our country during the months of May and June, there will be thousands of students just like you celebrating their graduation, and principals just like me giving a commencement speech. Many of these principals will use a phrase, something like, "Seniors, your class has meant so much to us, we will miss you." Or a statement like, "Once a falcon, always a falcon." But seniors, here's the inside secret. Some years, we as principals truly mean that phrase. We honestly will miss you. In some years, however, that statement is something that's simply in our script, and we read it year after year after year because it's what we do. So seniors, this year I promise not to use some predetermined, scripted statement to talk about a class of seniors that I believe simply deserve their principal's truth. Tonight, I want to tell you that you matter. This year, we have a theme of stay golden. Probably because we're blue and gold, right? And yet, I truly believe that without your class, we would not know what it actually means to be golden in the first place. As I look back to the 3 years that I've had the pleasure to know you, I can finally begin to understand what this golden idea means. First, I think to your brilliance. Brilliance that extends well beyond the classroom. I think to the first interview I did with the Erie, having to pause and think because our students asked questions that demanded thought. I think to the senior capstone projects, presentations, internships you completed, and how awestruck I found myself and continue to find myself by the professional level of work that you do. I am reminded daily that this is no average class of seniors. This is a class of innovators, a class of critical thinkers, and a class that shines brighter than even the most well-polished gold. As I look to this senior class, I think of your grit. When we first met, seniors, you had just gone through what for many is the worst tragedy experience in life, the loss of friends. As I watched you cope and heal from these losses and these events, I also watched you demonstrate the ability to be strong, to take care of one another, and to continue to succeed in your own personal goals. But more importantly, this year, when we once again faced a challenging loss, I watched you as seniors take care of our underclassmen. I watched you lift them up and surround them in love. This, seniors, is what I mean when I talk about treating each other like one big Falcon family, following our own golden rule. Finally, seniors, I think about this class and I think about your heart. Since my first year at South, this class has voiced and demanded a better Olathe South. You have advocated for student-centered change, a more welcoming school, and a school where all Falcons belong. Seniors, over the last 2 years as your principal, it is your voices that ring and run through my mind. Your voices that guide my decisions about our school's future. It is rare for us to make any changes or shifts without thinking about the gold standard you have asked us as staff to meet. So seniors, I'm not going to stand here and tell you that you are a class that we will never forget. Instead, I will say this. From the moment your class crosses this stage and officially moves into your future outside of our walls, your legacy will live on. Each class after you will also be encouraged to stay golden, but that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is we encourage you to be like the class of 2025, to be a truly golden class. And for that, seniors, I thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Speaking of staying golden, tonight we want to recognize a particularly special teacher who has committed multiple years education and to Olathe South, Mrs. Catherine Warmis. In addition, we want to recognize a person who every day shows that their title does not matter. They're here for students, Officer Yeagers. This year, we do not say goodbye, but instead we say best wishes as you enter the next journey of retirement and the next steps of your lives. Know that you are always a Falcon, a member of our family, and welcome to return any day, which I know you both have already said you plan to do. Please join me in thanking Mrs. Catherine Warmis and Officer Brian Yeagers for their passion and years of service they have given to our community. Every year, our senior class chooses an Olathe South faculty member to deliver a faculty address. This year, the class of 2025 has chosen Mrs. Nikki Hoffman. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Hoffman to the podium.
Well, hello, you beautiful people. I'm not talking to you guys. Look at you. Okay, you ready for this? So when I opened Word to begin this document, there was something new that popped up on the screen. Microsoft Copilot was on the top of the document asking me what I wanted to write. So I was curious. I typed in high school graduation speech with the theme Stay Golden. And within 30 seconds, a speech popped up. It was eloquent, had some inspiring prose, but it was empty. It wasn't real. Sure, I could cheat the system and go back to grading papers and binge watch a show, but why would I give a speech that is not authentic? Well, because it's easy. It would save me time, stress. But easy is for losers. Yes. I mean, think about it. I was asked to do this speech, not AI. Yes, this is freaking uncomfortable. And the AI speech might be better, and I'm sure it would be more appropriate. But where's the stay golden in that? You see, stay golden is not about being perfect. It is not about always finishing first. I mean, some of you might be like, who is this lady up on the stage? Well, let me jog your memory. Oh, we got this? Your freshman year at late night, yours truly, I'm so thankful they're not zooming in. Yours truly bid it in front of a few hundred people. It was a relay race, and I am an active competitor, and my feet were moving so fast, I bid it. And you will see in this image, but maybe you can't. Oh, thank goodness. The fans' reactions are priceless. I mean, little DeLargy, and I say little because you were a freshman, sorry. You're right there in front, and you're looking at me, and you're just like, oh no. You see, I've had a lot of what I would call personal growth opportunities in my life. You know, where things don't go quite as you thought they would. You know, whether that is eating blankety blank, I'm not gonna say that. In front of everyone, failing a test, not getting the job I wanted, becoming a single parent, whatever. Stuff is going to happen. But in my father's infamous words, suck it up, buttercup. What are you gonna do now? Staying golden is not about the initial win. It's about getting back up. It's about believing and knowing that you can surmount any obstacle and embracing the crap that life throws at you. Listen, life doesn't get easier. Your ability to handle hard just gets better. That is staying golden. If you always take the easy route, what, you're staying uranium? Okay, for those of you who don't know, uranium has a very long half-life and it decays very slowly. Okay, I'm sorry. Embrace the challenge. You are all born with awesomeness inside of you. It's a gift, but you have to believe it. And I hate to tell you this, but the best way to find your gift is to repeatedly get cooked. I mean, for Pete's sake, last week, I fell in the creek during second hour. My freshmen were in shock, asking if I was okay, and I'm laying there in a honeysuckle bush covered in mud. Just going, yep, just finding ways to get better. Yes, life can be hard and adulting can suck. And you might get cooked, but it is also incredibly rewarding. It is beautiful and it is fun. But you have to embrace the personal growth moments and work through them. Don't avoid them, because that is easy. And easy is for losers. Okay, so let's recap 2 things so far. Stay golden means stay authentic. Embrace your personal growth moments. And lastly, surround yourself with people that bring out the best in you and love you for you. After I fell, I heard this comment a lot. Oh my God, I am so embarrassed for you. My response, well, that's unfortunate because that doesn't even make my top 10. But my husband, Mr. Hoffman, had a different comment. He ran up to me, bear hugged me, and said, Man, you got up so quick. That was so awesome. Lastly, this was a relay race. And because I had amazing teammates, Amershak and Miley put us back in position for Morrow to hit the race-winning half-court shot. So yes, I fell. Yes, I went viral. But I still won. Stay golden, class of 25. You might just surprise yourself with how amazing you truly are, even when you fall flat on your face.
First of all, can we give a round of applause for Mrs. Hoffman? Also, you may not know this, but Mr. Croft and Mrs. Thompson, they run our social media for Olathe South. So I am going to challenge you two to get a copy of that photo and make sure it goes on all of our social media platforms after this evening. We're not going to get away with just a close-up. Joining me at the podium here to introduce our student speakers and the top 10 group is member of our administrative team, Mr. Gabe Mervash.
Good evening. Would our top 10 of the graduating class of 2025 please join us on the field just in front of the stage to receive your recognition and your medallion. Assisting me with the presentation of our top 10 medals tonight will be fellow members of our administrative team, Mr. Andrew Miller, Mr. Phil Simons, and Miss Alexis Wilkerson. We've established a tradition at Olathe South to recognize our top 10 performing students by recognizing the top 10 highest performing students. These students have pushed themselves and their peers to perform their very best academically to earn this special recognition. Although we call this group our top 10 with ties in GPA, there's always the possibility of more than 10 students being in this group. However, tonight, we will be honoring only 10 students. The 10 students before you have successfully completed the coursework and achieved marks to produce a grade point average which has landed them in the top 10 for the class of 2025. Our top 10 in alphabetical order are Avery Bellingham, Tyson Giles, Grace Hartwell, Aiden Hayes, Carter Moore, Lucas Rodriguez, Cody Schwint, Naomi Thellman, Austin Tran, and Joel Williams. As chosen by our top 10 group and representing the Olathe South class of 2025, our student speakers will be sharing tonight's graduation theme of Stay Golden. Please welcome to the stage McKenna Aiello. Will the other 5 speakers please come over to the right-hand side of the stage?
Hey everyone. Woo, we made it! My name is McKenna Aiello, and I have the pleasure of going first, so we'll see how that goes. Stay golden. I don't mean golden, like the color, though that's always what comes to mind when I hear the phrase. Because how do you become golden? How do you stay golden? What even is golden? To stay golden is to remember the golden moments, the golden times, the golden days, as we'll say many years from now, when high school is a blip on the radar, and all we have left of it are memories and just a little bit of trauma, or a lot of trauma in my case. To stay golden is to stay true to yourself, not only to the person that you became in high school, but to the person that you have yet to become beyond it. Who you are now is not who you will be, and that's okay. To stay golden is to remember the lessons that we learned, either the easy way or the hard way. Lessons in patience when senioritis was destroying us and we couldn't wait for graduation, but also lessons in enjoying every moment, because now that we're actually here, I bet you're all wondering about how much you're going to miss the years that you spent at Olathe South. I can say with certainty that each and every one of you will go on to fulfill a purpose that is so far beyond what you imagined for yourself 4 years ago, no matter what you decide to do. So, stay golden. Stay golden when your cap goes flying into the air, taking with it 4 years of hard work, dedication, laughter, and tears. Stay golden when you hug your high school friends goodbye and head off to live separate lives and pursue different dreams. Stay golden when you venture off into the unknown with no idea of where you're going, but such high hopes that wherever it is, it's going to be great. Stay golden when adulting gets hard and you want nothing more but to go back to being an unemployed freeloader. Hold on to the golden that you found in this school with these people. Life is so full of all these beautiful, irreplaceable moments. Keep your golden and leave room for more. It's a big world out there, and it's waiting for you. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Avery Fellingham, and I'm honored to speak to you today. I'm going to start off my speech with a quote. Stay golden, pony boy, stay golden. I first heard this quote in 7th grade English, reading The Outsiders. My English teacher was trying to get us to think deeply about the quote and the book. Meanwhile, I was just excited to watch the movie the next day because I thought Soda Pop was hot and had a crush on him. At the time, I had no idea how big this quote would become in my life. After all, it's the theme of our graduation. Our yearbook theme this year was also Stay Golden. So I've spent the last year helping to create and form a book centered around this idea. I've spent hours interviewing students and getting insight on the things and people that make our school what it is. The past few years, we've been through so much as a school. Our grade specifically has had so many losses and hardships. While I don't know what each of you have gone through or the battles you've faced, what I do know is that you've made it to today, and that is something to be proud of. To be golden means to stay true to the qualities and parts of us which shine, like our kindness, courage, curiosity, faith, and light. You will have moments that test your ability to shine and cause you to stumble or make mistakes. But I want to encourage you to hold on to your golden qualities and persevere through tough times. Don't let the negativity and hardships of life keep you from becoming your true self. Always stay true to your values and dreams and become the person who you want to be. In The Outsiders, Stay Golden was used to remind Ponyboy to cherish his youth and not allow the cruel world corrupt him. Similar to this, as we all move on to the next chapter of our lives, we must continue to live in the moment and enjoy the time that we've had. High school is hard and tough for many of us, but we should be excited for the opportunities and experiences ahead of us. But also, take a moment to appreciate all the memories and people you've met. Through sports and activities like dancing and cross country, I've had the opportunity to make so many connections with coachmen, upperclassmen, and underclassmen who've changed me for the better and made my life more joyful. So make sure to reflect on these memories and thank those teachers, friends, mentors, and family who have made a difference in your life. Enjoy tonight. Go out with friends and family and celebrate all of you have accomplished. But don't be too sad about leaving this place. Instead, consider the future and the exciting things you have ahead of you. As Taylor Swift said, this was the very first page, not where the storyline ends. So whatever you end up doing next year, don't forget that the world needs your shine. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Grace Hartwell, and a fun fact about me is that when I was going into my freshman year here at Olathe South, I was petrified. I was a shy girl who was unsure of who I was, and I believed that high school kids would sense my fear and pounce at the opportunity. However, the moment I stepped into the school, I realized my preconceived notion of high school was false. Turns out mean girls lied to me. From the very first day, this school has made me feel like I belong. You all have made me feel like I deserve to be here. Every single person here has shown me more kindness than words can ever explain. If I had told my freshman year self that I would be speaking on the stage of graduation in front of hundreds of people, young me would have cried in fear. But here I am, not crying, and that's thanks to all of you. Every single one of you has truly changed me. You have all shown me that every voice deserves to be heard. So, as we all embark on a different journey through the future, in the same fear that in case most of us freshman year begins to creep in, I want to remind everyone what makes us golden here at South. Our ability to bring light to those around us. With our kindness, intelligence, and courage, we all have the power to change our world for the better. Just how the light spreads throughout darkness, our golden actions have the ability to spread to those around us. Being golden is not about our grades, our accomplishments, or the number of friends we have. It is about how we make others feel, the impact we leave, and how we help others shine too. If we carry that golden light that we have shared here at South into our future, I know we can create a more hopeful, empathetic, and stronger tomorrow. It is not the loudest voices that change our world, but rather the voices that refuse to give up, the voices that refuse to dim. At Olathe South, we have had our challenges, but it was our persistent voices that held us together and supported each other during our hardest times. And if we can do that here, I have no doubt we can do the same beyond these walls. Yes, the future is uncertain. Yes, the future is scary. Yes, the future is unknown. But if we remember who we are, where we started, and what we built here at South, we can overcome any challenge. Stay golden. Carry your light into every place you go. I know each one of you will accomplish great things. You can and will change our world. Thank you.
Good evening, Falcons. My name's Julia Hester, and I'll be your speaker for the next few minutes. As I reflect on the last 4 years and what being golden means to me, I've come to believe that one of the greatest gifts I've ever received is my education. To me, staying golden means appreciating every moment of life and being grateful for your current circumstances, and I am taking this time to express my gratitude towards my education. I have so many people to thank for that gift: my teachers, parents, friends, and everyone who helped me get to where I am today. One of the greatest blessings we've all shared is having teachers who have poured their time, energy, and hearts into our growth, far beyond just preparing us for high school or college. I want to thank the teachers who supported me consistently as I pursued knowledge and personal growth, the ones who showed up every day, not just to teach, but to care and to really see us, listen to us, and guide us. As we were growing up, these teachers were the pillars of our education. So to all of you, thank you for your constant, unwavering support and for making a lasting impact on our lives. With that said, I'll be honest, I've taken school for granted more than once. It's a complicated feeling, and I know I will miss all the best parts of school. I will miss the laughter, the warm chatter, and the quick hallway conversations, the special part of being together every day that make us make the best of all the worst parts of school. As much as I convinced myself I was so ready to leave and get out of school, I look back and realize that those little moments were moments to appreciate. School is special. The way it raises us all together, from age 5 to 18, we've grown up side by side. We've made friends, tried new things, and slowly become people we can be proud of. Sure, it might have felt like we were just showing up because we had to, but the truth is, school taught us more than we ever could have imagined. It taught us how to befriend our neighbors, how to make the most of every moment, and how to stay true to ourselves. Some of us will walk away today and never see each other again, but we will always have the shared memories that the last 13 years have given us. Through the classes, the extracurriculars, and the everyday chaos, we made it. School was never just about the lessons or the grades or the endless late-night essays. It was more than just a certificate or a diploma. To me, school is where I learned how to live in community. School was truly the best example of extracting every last possible memory and moment until the end, because once we leave here today, we can never go back to the days that are now behind us. I am grateful for the journey, but even more grateful to be here today with all of you. So as we look forward, we have the opportunity to remind ourselves to cherish where we are, not just where we are going. Thank you.
Good evening, Olathe South class of 2025, and congratulations on completing your high school journey. My name is Noah Mabey, and I'm honored to stand here before you tonight. Now, as I look out on this class of 2025, two things can be said confidently about us. One, we are unique and different from each other. We come from different cultures, religions, ethnicities, homes. We are going to different places, schools, professions, and practices. We have different hobbies, pastimes, and memories. We also have different struggles, different hardships. Now, there's the second truth. We've all had hardships at some point these last 4 years. Yes, all of our struggles have been different from each other, just as we are different from each other, but they all happened within the same time frame. I don't think that any one of us would make the argument that the entirety of these 4 years of high school were easy. Now, we are the Olathe South Falcons, as we say in our alma mater, blue and gold. And those two colors help form an amazing analogy for our class of 2025. I'll start with the gold. Now, when we hear the word gold, we may picture the sleek, refined, and shiny 24-karat gold bricks, the kind we often see heisted away in movies. And there are times where we draw a line from this metal to the attributes of a person. We all aspire to be golden in some way, maybe more charismatic or athletic, empathetic or educated or well-spoken, to name a few. But broadly, we aspire to achieve our goals, whatever they may be. But I must remind you that gold, both the metal and the attribute, does not come naturally or easily to this refined and desired form. Now, gold is first removed from its original home, then it is broken out of its shelter of rock. At this point, it appears to be unrefined and insignificant. It doesn't seem very special. But from there, this gold is placed into a furnace and then smelted at extremely high temperatures so that the dross or the scum of the gold can be removed. After that, it is formed into a shape that was previously completely unnatural to it. Here's the point. The refinement of gold is no easy task. If the gold were alive, then I imagine that it would find the refinement process to be extremely arduous and possibly torturous. So now let's talk about the blue. Blue is in bruised. It was not our school staff's job to shield us from the difficulties of life, but to prepare us for them. For difficulties and trials, our refinement will not be left behind in high school. For example, I have yet to pay a mortgage. I somehow went 4 years of high school and I filed for tax returns 0 times. I've enjoyed being a dependent of my parents greatly and I will miss it dearly. So for many of us, the future indicates student loans and leaving home. But although this future can seem intimidating, we've already been through a substantial amount of hardship. And that is exactly why we can celebrate today. Because high school was hard and graduating is a milestone. You got out of your shelter. You had the dross removed. And surely, today you find yourself slightly more refined than the first day you walked into school of high school. So we look to the future not intimidated, but boldly, as today we find ourselves at a milestone, fully prepared for future refinement. Congratulations, Olathe South Class of 2025, and thank you.
Good evening, Olathe South faculty, family, friends, and the incredible class of 2025. My name's Austin Tran, and I'm so very honored to be speaking in front of you all tonight. Standing here, I'm reminded of what it truly means to stay golden. While it may be easy to come up here and say that being golden is about perfection and individual accomplishment, I urge every one of you to consider the way in which you stay golden in whatever community you surround yourself with going forward. To me, being golden will always be about the people beside us, the ones who lift us up, the ones we've lost, and the lessons we carry forward. As a class, we've had to learn one of life's hardest lessons of loss far too soon, and it's still difficult to come to terms with the absence of those who cannot be present physically with us as we walk across this stage. 4 years ago, we were forced to realize that life should never be taken for granted, and while I'm sure we remember vividly the time of grief and mourning that followed, I hope that just as vividly we can recall how our community came together and refused to let silence win. The memory of one of my best friends, Jax Putoff, serves as a constant reminder to be outspoken about my own struggles and to be there as a shoulder to lean on for anyone who may be feeling the same. I can personally attest to the emptiness that grief can lead to, but thanks to the support system and the community around me, that void has been filled with something positive. And I can't say enough how happy I am that we as a class have refused to let mental health be a taboo topic. As we step into the future and go our separate ways, I can only hope that we continue to carry this light with us. Life beyond the walls of Olathe South will go on to test each of you in new and unexpected ways. But always remember that you are never alone in this. Stay golden by reaching out when you're struggling and by being the person who listens when someone else is. Stay golden by honoring the people who shaped you in the way that Jax, Brian, and Ben have shaped all of us. Live with the same kindness and courage that they inspired in us. Our golden future isn't just about achievements, it's about the connections we nurture and the lives that we touch. We're all scattering to new places and pursuing new dreams, and it can be very easy to lose sight of what's really important. Still, even at the lowest points that we have yet to experience, I ask of you all to remember that there is always more love to give and receive, more smiles to have, more people to meet, more things to do, and infinitely more life to be lived. Be the person who reaches out. Be someone who feels and cares deeply. Check on your friends, tell them that you love them, and don't assume that they can read your mind. Be golden by becoming the reason that someone else stays. Thank you for all of your time, and congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Mervosh, Mr. Simons, Mr. Miller, and Mrs. Wilkerson. And can we please congratulate our student speakers who delivered absolutely beautiful speeches tonight. The graduating class has produced some incredible individual and collective talent. Over the past 4 years, they've excelled as student performers, whether it be from the stage, athletic arenas, or in the classroom. The graduates have consistently received well-deserved state, regional, and national attention for their talents and efforts. It has truly been amazing for their families, our staff, and the entire community to see. Many of the individuals in this class have received and will continue to receive individual recognition for all of their incredible accomplishments, but allow me to point out one collective accomplishment of this class of 2025. By the most current figures we have, the class of 2025, this class has been offered in excess of $500 million in scholarship money. $500 million. Yeah. Toward their future academic studies. Graduates, that's impressive. I have every bit of confidence that the class of 2025 will continue to distinguish themselves as they head out across the metro area, the state of Kansas, the nation, and for some, the world. This evening, the class of 2025 is recognized as the 44th graduating class at Olathe South High School and joins over 17,000 proud Falcon alumni. Congratulations to each of you for your hard work and dedication to your studies over the years. Joining me next at the podium to introduce our alma mater is another member of our administrative team, Mr. Andrew Miller.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Andrew Miller, and it is my pleasure to serve as an assistant principal here at Olathe South. The alma mater at Olathe South is one of the most cherished traditions. Our students gather to sing it together at the end of our athletic competitions, win or lose. It is the common glue that binds together our Falcon family. At this time, we would like to ask the select group of graduating choir students to come forward to lead us in the singing of the alma mater. I'd like to welcome Mary O'Brady, Peyton Cowan, Jonas Gibson, Maddie Judy, Angie Rivera, and Christian Steger to the stage. Please join in as we sing the Olathe South alma mater. The words to our alma mater are found on the inside cover of your program.
Olathe South, we honor you with pride and loyalty, fraternity and strength abound for all the world to see. Loyal to our colors, blue and gold, watch our falcon spirit soar. Olathe South, we honor you today and evermore.
Thank you, students. You may be seated again.
Dr. Yeager, Dr. Reeves, Mr. Albers, Mrs. Reagan, and Mr. Kuhn. It is with great pride that we, the faculty and administration of Olathe South High School, present to you those members of the 2025 senior class who have fulfilled the requirements for graduation approved by the Kansas Board of Education and augmented and developed by the local Board of Education Unified School District 233. At this time, I recognize Dr. Brent Yeager, Superintendent of Olathe Public Schools.
On behalf of the administration, staff, and Board of Education, thank you for your presence at this significant event today as we conduct graduation ceremonies for graduating seniors from Olathe South High School. Board of Education representatives participating in the graduation ceremony are Mrs. Claire Reagan and Mr. Robert Kuhn. By the authority of the powers delegated to the superintendent by the Kansas State Board of Education and Unified School District 233 Board of Education, I accept these members of the 2025 graduating class of Olathe South High School as having met the requirements for graduation and do hereby confer upon them their diplomas. We are now ready to proceed with the names of the graduates.
Aaliyah Abbas. Alana Adams. Abem Ermias Andunya. McKenna Michelle Aiello. Lakin Kayleen Albers. Alexander Rain Album. Caleb Aldred, Amar Eljishi, Max Harrison Allen, Aiden James Alice, Julia Stephanie Alvarez Avila, Violet Ray Amberson, Ayla Nicole Anderson, Colton James Anderson, Lydia Rose Anderson, Nicholas Braden Anderson, Tyler James Anderson, Brooke Elizabeth Andrew, Elena Jane Angelo, Allison Marie Arnholtz, Austin Vaughn,
Max Taylor Armstrong, Hannah Arub, Novea Monique Arrington Thompson, Mikey Ashley, Ruby Lauren Onst, Rayan Mahmoud Azim, Brooke Renee Baker, Kaylee Martin Barnes,
Michael Henry
Bauer, Audrey Marie Belden, Madeline Elizabeth Bettman, Bo Martin Beverman, Riley Ann Bengesser, Jackson Thomas Bame, David Bond, Annabelle Lynn Bonham, Marissa Elizabeth Bonner, Joseph Drake Bonzo, Nova May Bostic,
Billy Brian Bocek, Shayla Luann Bowers, Gabrielle Nicole Brochtenbach, Dane Alexander Bradley, Mariel Naomi Brady, Cooper Reed Bramall, Elizabeth Marie Brailsford, Vincent Lee Brewer, Nathan Brewood, Javante Amari Brickhouse, Ty Jackson Brizuela, Helen Marie Brooks, Jesse W. Brooks, Owen D. Brooks, Jack Bennett Brown, William Nicholas Brown, Carter James Brungart, Brooke Elizabeth Bryan, Finian Patrick Bryan, Daniel Eric Bryant.
Alex Cole Buckendall, Ian Matthew Bueller, Newt Burgle, Brooke Lauren Burbage, Lawrence William Burton third, Brody William Byers, Bodie Savon Cadwell, Jared Cachigal, Macy Reese Caldwell, Coleman Drew Campbell, Dominic Rafael Gustavo Canton, Jasmine Delaney Cardenas, Addison M. Cardwell, Erica Lee Cartwright, Rafael Selena Mugia, Sai Supritha Chuck Rava Danula, Carter Benedict Cheshire, Braden James Christensen, Catherine Elizabeth Circle, Landon Joseph Clark,
Caroline McNeil Clayton, Emily Allison Clements, Jamari Jarrell Clifton, Hallie Marie Cochran, Maddox A. Collins, Caitlin Elizabeth Connolly, Miles Jeffrey Cooper, Samuel Thomas Courtney, Peyton Lee Cowan, Grayson Cox, Gwendolyn Lee Craybaugh, Savannah Renee Crabb, Noah Dean Crossman, Aiden Lane Crossman, Quentin Cunningham, Island Burke Cuomo Wilkerson, Ethan Curtis, Emmeline Dahl, Milo Dampman, Claire Marie Davis,
Hunter Keith Davis, Jack Ziggy Davis, Joao Pedro de Carvalho, Brady Quinn Dean, Charles Michael DiCarlo, Joseph Patrick DeLargy, Olivia Carmen Di Peralta, Kennedy Noel Dirks, Lejean Amari Divorce Basu, Cole David Diskin, Avery Devine, Jacob Tyler Dix, Olivia Brooke Dobbins, Evan Bernard Dompsch, Kaylee Ann Donnell, Zachary Brian Doolin, Emily Nicole Dorr, Maddox Gray Dorland, Macy Jane Dye. Colby James Ebrecht.
Allison Nicole Edmonds. Andrew Robert Edwards. Isabella Marie Edwards. Landon Franklin Ice. Allie McCall Elton. Nathaniel Owen Emerson. Olivia Grace Engelken. Cassandra Grace England. Aniston Joy Evans. Carter William Fallon. Davis Felt. Avery Anrose Bellingham. Ty Alexander Fenton. Braden Michael Fisher. Jack Henry Flannery. Alexander Sefton Floyd. Dominique Joe Floyd. Andrew Ray Forrest. Emily Ann Forshee. Marcus Evan Frederick.
Lily Kernan Fry. John P. Gabbert. Jonathan Abraham Gantos. Lindsay Renee Gaona. Monica Joylyn Garcia. Ricardo Elias Garcia. Mason Andrew Garlick. Mildred Isela Garza. Mishka Gasamala. Robert Joseph Gothier. Alexander Davis George. Alexander Min George. Gavin Will Gertis. Cadence Marie Gerke. Kiera Renee Getz. Andrew Michael Gann. Yazin Bassem Gatasha. Joshua Ryan Gibson. Tyson Andrew Giles. McKinley Willow Gilner. Joshua Paul Randolph Gips. Jonas Paul Gibson. Charles Dale Gerard. Mayte Gomez Sanchez. Benjamin Gonzalez. Jordan Gonzalez. Nancy Gonzalez. Gabriella Evelyn Grantham. Aiden Drake Gray. Matthew Elias Gray. Michaela Harmony Green. Jack Thomas Greenwood. McKenna Catherine Gresham. Jackson Alexander Griggs. Ellie Lee Grimm. Sylvia Rachel Ann Grimsley. Lauren Jean Groby. April Gudiel Lopez. Alex Guevara Chavez. Ryan Christopher Gully.
Braden R. Hall. Haley Brianne Hallman. Addison Julia Ham. Annie Elizabeth Hamilton. Austin Thomas Haney. Gracie Addison Hanson. Graham Alaric Hanson. Molly Ann Hanson. Rihanna Larice Harris. Grace Michelle Hartwell. Noah John Hastings. Aiden Josiah Hayes. Jemiah Lene Haynes. Caden Alexander Heckert. Dalton Allen Heinlein. Jace Michael Heinsohn. William Michael Helm. Charlotte Ann Henry. Julia E. Henshaw. Nathan David Hernblum.
William Bryant Heron. Aiden Heslip. Julia Hester. Gabriel Vincent Hildebrand. Daniel Martin Hitchcock. Kira Lee Ho. Cooper Stephen Hodap. Addison Reese Hoisington. Tyler Chad Holland. Court Hudson Hood. Madison Horsepool. Kelsey Alexis Horton. Jordy Desare Hull. Carter James Hurd. Elizabeth Sarah Hyatt. Houston William Jackson. Jalia Monet Jacobs. Kira Ann Jacobs. Mia Ruth Jacobs. Hafsa Muzaffar Jalil.
Saray Aliu Jallo. Marin Nichols Janes. Isaac Whiteford Jenkins. Christine Mwende John. Amaya Nicole Johnson. Colin William Johnson. Daniela Azevedo Johnson. Mariella Cheyenne Johnson. Matthew Levi Jonas. Garrett Reed Jones. Peyton Avery Jones. Timothy Scott Jones. Zoe Elizabeth Juarez. Angel Gerardo. Abraham Kamara. Camille Jr. Kamsu. Cefax Carew. Jure Sarand Keith. Cole Michael Kerrigan. Callie Cameron Kester.
Jonah Levi Curie, Eugenie Kim, Aiden Christopher Kincaid, Haley Marie King, Macy Nicole Kinner, Cadence Lee Kinzer, Victor Kibet Kiprotich, Logan Bryce Kivett, Aiden Scott Klein, Eli James Knabel, Liana May Nepper, Marissa Marie Cole, Abigail Rose Kolbinger, Samuel Weston Koning, Aria Brian Kopak, Jace Paul Kruger, Olivia Diane Kolzer, Braden M. Kunstman, Addison Joe Kurtz, Molly Kathleen Lafferty,
Parker Timothy Lambert, Jack Turner Langston, Jaden Robert Lawson, Ava Catherine Leon, Tyler John Leslie, Crystal Y. Lee, Sadie Mae Liggett, Alan Lynn, Cameron James Lindy, Jacob Anthony Loftus, Jalen Isom Long, Meadow Shea Long, Mia Crystal Long, Joel Octavio Lopez Gutierrez, Kale Luberts. You coming? Yeah. Madison Lynn Judy, Folk Gia Long, Noah David Maybe, Aiden Malcolm McCollum, Lucas Patrick McNider, Connor Douglas McGee Bauer, Trent Robert Magot, Angel Mauricio Marin Sosa, Julian Antoine Marks, Emilio Alejandro Marquez Beltran, Madison Brooke Martinez Fugit, Addison Ray Masters, Nicholas Thomas Matsko, Ernest Andrew May, Mitchell Scott Mays, Orion William Mehta, Kenneth Craig McAnich, Joshua Allen McCowan, Zeta Paige McCoy, Riley Nicole McCracken, Blakely Lee Ruth McFall, Chase Scott McFarland, Emma Sky McKibben, Bobby Vaughn McKinney, Hannah Marie McNaughton,
Oliver McQuinn, Ava Ann Mead, Logan James Mindrup,
Shane William Minter. Isabella Sophia Misi. Torin James Mitchum. Alexa Danielle Mogalov. Gavin M. Mohat. Carter Quinn Hislop Moore. Jackson Rogue Morris. Paris Muthoni Mugo. Elijah David Mullen. Eulini Munoz Gonzaga. Haley Rose Myers. Ivy Nahar Nazmi. Nathan Austin Neal. Batanya Gatahun Nagatu. Cameron James Negron. Alexandria Quinque No. Peter Mawaroa Gogi.
Eilina Gong Li Win. Tai Sing Win. Taylor Ann Nielsen. Aiden Thomas Nixon. Christopher Masheria Jarage. Andrew Christian Nogueras. Noah Marcus Nordstrom. Noah Bryson North. Dormeen Jr. Widada. Hannah Ferris Obaidin. Aiden Matthew Oberholzer. Tegan Grace Obrecht. Robert Owen Olson. Terry Joseph O'Neill. Miles Richard Orff. Wyatt Ike Osborne. Caitlin Dawn Osana. Ariana Marie Otano. Lauren Emily Ott. Luis Michael Palacio. Miranda Grace Pappas. Bennett Stephen Parrish. Karma Jade Partridge. Noah Anthony Patterson. Zoe Elizabeth Pearson. Alexis Beth Perkins. Cade William Perkins. Sydney Bell Peterson. Rajay Lavelle Petrie. Abigail Marie Petrin.
Dylan Thomas Puser. Mia Lynn Pham. Nolan Samuel Phillips. Aiden Lee Nicholas Pina. Gabriela Mia Pineda. Yesenia Marisol Pineda Barnal. Jasmine Malika Pippins. Dylan Joseph Plath. Addison Grace Posh. Suhani Pradhan. Jimmy Prado Areola. Zachary Strom Proco. Jax Sawyer Putoff. Courtney Anthony Rainford. Oscar David Ramirez. Alan Ramirez Flores. Amy Samantha Ramos. Manuel Ricardo Ramos. Brooks Andrew Randall. Juliana Irene Rangel. Jada Marie Rash. Campbell Edward Reedus. Tanner Patrick Register. Kaylee May Reichard. Luke Michael Relaford. Brody Robert Reschke. Alonzo Reyes Castillo. Angie Isabel Rivera. Olivia Kathleen Robin. Maya Nicole Roberts. Charlie Ann Robinette.
Shamara Lee Nicole Robinson Harrison. Lucas Long Rodriguez. Alex Rodriguez Gomez. Zachary Ryan Rogers. Anthony Gonzalo Romero. Caden Samuel Romfo. Samantha Lynn Ross. Ashley Marie Roth. Dylan Frank Rottinghouse. Noah Edward Rowland. Savannah Grace Rucker. John Pablo Ruiz. Jaden Riley Salgi. Azaria Lee Sanchez. Jacob James Sand. Camden Lee Sander. Gavin Eugene Sanderson. Landon Dean Sanford. Adalton Theodore Santos. Yahira Giselle Santos McQuinn. Dylan James Sapp. Colton Anthony Sawyer. Shakaya Janie Pearl Scales. Sophia Lynn Shipper. Addison Elsie Schrader. Isabella Lily Schrader. Mia Addison Schuweiler. Cody Boone Schwint. Mason Marcello Scioli McIntyre. Britton Renee Scoville. Alyssa Paige Searle. Marin Christine Sheehy. Jordan Elizabeth Ann Sheehy. Aiden Joel Shellhammer. Isaac Nathan Schilling. Allison Blanca Silva. Jesselyn Erica Simpson. Joseph David Simpson. Maya Allison Sims. Harjis Singh.
Miley Jessica Sirvongse. Pontip Grace Cizanglot. Natalie Marie Skozik. Caden Ray Slavin. Jacqueline Sophia Small. Ari Michael John Smith. Peyton James Smith. Axel Joel Solis Moreno. David Mahari Solomon. Carabel Solomon. Damian Matthias Soptic. Adeline Marie Sparks. Reed Mason Stainbrook. Avery Michael Stark. Hayden Michael Stecker. Christian Scott Steger. Dre London Steinbacher. Judah Isaac Stinson. Audrey Grace Stover. Grayson Michael Strothman. Sinai Perea Swall. Peter Mac Swaney. Rule Norris Swenson. Lucas Simeon Henry. Mina Mohammed Tar. Cameron Avery Talcott. Aaron Logan Talty. Quinlan Ray Tardy. Sarah Gide Tariku. Naomi Rebecca Thelman. Aubrey Taylor Renee Thomas. Justice Faith Thomas. Blake Carlton Thornbrew. Kyla Ashley Todd. Armando Tomas Andres. Anthony Stanlow Torres. Austin Hugh Tran. Rylan John Trout. Brett Tyler Tucker. Caden Ray Tucker. Laura Ann Umchide. Noah Upjohn. Benjamin David Van Buskirk. Josie Ellen Vance.
Zachary Michael Vance.
Gavin Lee Veneri. Kaylee Renee Veneri. Mason Roan Voth. Peyton Amelia Walls. Alexis Marie Ward. Quincy Lamar Ward. Jeffrey Alexander Watson. Alexander James White. Caden Thomas Whitney. Ashlyn Paige Whitney. Addison David White. Roderick Jamarian Wiley. Brianna Nicole Williams. Joel Swain Williams. Connor Kendrick Wilson. Owen Maranatha Wynn. Kendry Ann Wersig. Cole Jerome Wise. Cole Matthew Witt. Ethan Robert Wolf. Avina Marie Wolterman. Ryan Joseph Wondra. Adam Joseph Wooldridge. Brody James Wooldridge. Malachi Wright. Easton Vaughn Yan. Jacqueline Rain Yolch. Jonathan Zamara. Addison Faith Zuzanik.
Thank you.
Are you good? Ladies and gentlemen, following the ceremonial turning of the tassel, diplomas will be distributed on the soccer field for the next 30 minutes or so to our graduates. Only graduates will be allowed to go on the soccer field.
Family and friends. Families, you are all welcome to continue celebrating in the football stadium, again for the next 30 minutes. There will be no formal recessional.
Seniors, please stand.
You may now move your tassel from the right to the left,
signifying
your
graduation.
Congratulations, class of 2025. Remember to make those
Have a great
wise choices.
evening.
Thank you.
We did not set a record. What was it? My camera's a little wet.